Gametaph. He really tries, you know. Listen here, you should make sure you get to know him. Good fellow like that with people always wanting help. Hey, I guess that'd be kind of like you, hero. I was a hero too, you know.
Ogden's barmaid is a sweet girl. Her grandmother is quite ill and suffers from delusions. She claims that they are visions, but I have no proof of that one way or the other.
How may I serve you? Good day. How may I serve? I grew up with Wirt's mother, Canis. Although she was only slightly hurt when those hideous creatures stole him, she never recovered. I think she died of a broken heart. Wirt has become a mean-spirited youngster, looking only to profit from the sweat of others. I know that he suffered, and has seen horrors that I cannot even imagine. Over here.
Farnham, now there is a man with serious problems, and I know all about how serious problems can be. He trusted too much in the integrity of one man, and Lazarus led him into the very jaws of death. Oh, I know what it's like down there, so don't even start telling me about your plans to destroy the evil that dwells in that labyrinth. Start telling just what.
Hello, my friend. Griswold, a man of great action and great courage. I bet he never told you about the time he went into the labyrinth to save Wirt, did he? He knows his fair share of the dangers to be found there. But then again, so do you. He is a skilled craftsman, and if he claims to be able to help you in any way, you can count. What can I do for you? The axe? Aye, that's a good weapon. Balanced against any foe. Look how it cleaves the air. And then, imagine a nice fat demon.
I sense a soul. Wisdom is earned, not given. If you discover a tome of knowledge, devour its words. Should you already have knowledge of the arcane mysteries scribed within a book, remember that level of mastery can always increase.
Please, listen to me. The Archbishop Lazarus. He led us down here to find the lost prince. The bastard led us into a trap. Now everyone is dead, killed by a demon he called the Butcher. Avenge us! Find this Butcher and slay him, so that our souls may finally rest.
I know more than you think about that grisly fiend. His little friends got a hold of me and managed to get my leg before Griswold pulled me out of that hole. I'll put it bluntly. Kill him before he kills you and adds your corpse to his collection!
When Farnham said something about a butcher killing people, I immediately discounted it.
I saw what Farnham calls the Butcher, as it swathed a path through the bodies of my friends. He swung a cleaver as large as an axe, hewing limbs and cutting down brave men where they stood. I was separated from the fray by a host of small screeching demons, and somehow found the stairway leading out. Well, I never saw that hideous then.
By the light, I know of this vile demon. There were many that bore the scars of his wrath upon their bodies when the few survivors of the charge led by Lazarus crawled from the cathedral. I don't know what he used to slice open his victims, but it could not have been of this world. It left wounds festering with disease, and even I could found them almost impossible to treat.
It seems that the Archbishop Lazarus goaded many of the townsmen into venturing into the labyrinth to find the king's missing son. He played upon their fears and whipped them into a frenzied mob. None of them were prepared for what lay within the cold earth. Lazarus abandoned them down there, left in the coldness of unspeakable.
Big Cleaver, killing all my friends. Couldn't stop him. Had to run away. Couldn't save them. Trapped in a room with so many bodies. So many friends. No!
The Butcher is a sadistic creature that delights in the torture and pain of others. You have seen his handiwork in the Drunkard Farnham. His destruction will do much to ensure the safety of this village.
The sanctity of this place has been fouled.
Fresh meat.
The spirits of the dead are now avenged.
Don't trust everything the drunk says. Too many ales have fogged his vision and his good sense.
Cain has been the storyteller of Tristram for as long as I can remember. He knows so much, and can tell you just about anything. About almost everything. And can tell you just about anything. About almost everything.
Greetings, good master. Many adventurers have graced the tables of my tavern, and 10 times as many stories have been told over as much ale. The only thing that I ever heard any of them agree on was this old axiom. Perhaps it will help you. You can cut the flesh, but you must crush the bone.
Sometimes I think that Cain talks too much. But I guess that's his calling in life. If I could bend steel as well as he can bend your ear, I can make a suit of court plate good. Stay a while and live. The story of Wirt is a frightening and tragic one. He was taken from the arms of his mother and dragged into the labyrinth by the small, foul demons that wield wicked spears.
I'm glad I caught up to you in time. Our wells have become brackish and stagnant, and some of the townspeople have become ill drinking from them. Our reserves of fresh water are quickly running dry. I believe that there is a passage that leads to the springs that serve our town. Please find what has caused this calamity, or we all will surely perish. Poor Wirt. I did all that was possible for the child, but I know he despises that wooden peg that I was forced to attach to his leg. His wounds were hideous. No one, and especially such a young child, should have to suffer the way he did.
Oh, drinking. Why don't that old crone do something for a change? Sure, she's got stuff. If you listen to me, she's unnatural. I ain't never seen her eat or drink, and you can't trust somebody who doesn't drink. You drink what?
I sense corruption has the strength of deceit, but innocence holds the power of purity. The young woman Jillian has a pure heart, placing the needs of her matriarch over her own. She fears me, but it is only because she does not understand. The people of Tristram will die if you cannot restore fresh water to their wells. Know this. Demons are at the heart of this matter, but they remain ignorant of what they have.
Pepin has told ye the truth. We will need fresh water badly, and soon. I've tried to clear one of the smaller wells, but it reeks of stagnant filth. It must be getting clogged. Why? I don't know what I can really tell you about this that will be of any help. The water that fills our wells comes from an underground spring. I have heard of a tunnel that leads to a great lake. Perhaps they are one and the same. Unfortunately, I do not know what would cause our water supply to be tainted.
I have always tried to keep a large supply of foodstuffs and drink in our storage cellar, but with the entire town having no source of fresh water, even our stores will soon run dry. Please, do what you can, or
My grandmother is very weak, and Garda says that we cannot drink the water from the wells.
For once, I'm with you. My business runs dry, so to speak, if I have no market to sell to.
of the right... Jillian, my barmaid? If it were not for her sense of duty to her grandam, she would have fled from here long ago. Goodness knows I begged her to leave, telling her that I would watch after the old woman, but she is too sweet and caring to...
A while. I count him as a true friend, perhaps the closest I have here. He is a bit addled at times, but never a more caring or considerate soul has existed. His knowledge and skills are equaled by few, and his door is always open.
What's that you say? The mere presence of the demons has caused the water to become tainted? Oh, truly a great evil lurks beneath our town, but your perseverance and courage gives us hope. Please, take this ring. Perhaps it will aid you in the destruction of such vile... Even my skills have been unable to fully heal Farnham. Oh, I have been able to mend his body, but his mind and spirit are beyond anything.
Geese? The gal that brings the drinks? Oh, yeah. What a pretty lady.
I sense a soul. The sum of our knowledge is in the sum of its people. Should you find a book or scroll that you cannot decipher, do not hesitate to bring it to me. If I can make sense of it,
I grew up with Wirt's mother, Canis. Although she was only slightly hurt when those hideous creatures stole him, she never recovered. I think she died of a broken heart. Wirt has become a mean-spirited youngster, looking only to profit from the sweat of others. I know that he suffered, and has seen horrors that I cannot even imagine. But that darkness hangs over it, and has seen some of that dark...
not everyone in Tristram has a use or a market for everything you'll find in the labyrinth. Not even me, as hard as that is to believe. Sometimes only you will be able to find a purpose.
Please, no hurt, no kill. Keep alive, and next time good bring to... Something for you I am making. Again, not will garbage.
So it came to be that there was a great revolution within the burning hells, known as the Dark Exile. The lesser evils overthrew the three prime evils, and banished their spirit forms to the mortal realm. The demons Belial, the Lord of Lies, and Asmodan, the Lord of Sin, fought to claim the lordship of hell during the Asmodan. Others, Sin, fought to around rulership of hell during the absence of the three brothers. All of hell polarized between the factions of Belial and Asmodan, while the forces of the high heavens continue.
Nothing yet. Almost done. Very powerful. Very strong. Live, live. No pain. And promise I keep. Live.
I guess I owe the blacksmith my life. What there is of it. Sure, Griswold offered me an apprenticeship at the smithy. He's a nice enough guy, but I'll never get enough money to... Well, let's just say that I have definite plans that require a large amount of gold.
Pepin saved my grandmother's life, and I know that I can never repay him for that. His ability to heal any sickness is more powerful than the mightiest sword, and more mysterious than any spell you can name. If you ever are in need of healing, Pepin can...
Adria's wise beyond her years, but I must admit, she frightens me a little. Well, no matter. If you ever have need to trade in items of sorcery, she maintains a strangely well-stocked hut just to...
Ah, Pepin. I count him as a true friend. Perhaps the closest I have here. He is a bit addled at times, but never a more caring or considerate soul has existed. His knowledge and his door is always open by few.
I have made a very interesting discovery. Unlike us, the creatures in the labyrinth can heal themselves without the aid of potions or magic. If you hurt one of the monsters, make sure it is dead, or it very well may regenerate.
Your weapons and armor will show the signs of your struggles against the darkness. If you bring them to me, with a bit of work and a hot forge, I can restore them to top fight. I want to tell you something, because I know all about this stuff. It's my specialty. This here is the best. The best. That other ale ain't no good since so stupid.
Will insert earth and walls and thatched canopy do not a home create. The innkeeper Ogden serves more of a purpose in this town than many understand. He provides shelter for Jillian and her matriarch, maintains what life Farnham has left to him, and provides an anchor for all who are left in the town to what Tristram once was, and his tavern, all who are pleasures that can to what Tristram provided was. His tavern and the simple pleasures that can still be found there provide a glimpse of a life that the people here remember. It is that memory that continues to...
It's too good for you. Very powerful. You want, you take.
I'm not impressed.
Oh, Jillian is a nice lass. Shame that her Gamma is in such poor health, or I would have...
And so, locked beyond the gateway of blood and past the hall of fire, Valor awaits for the... Beyond the Hall of Heroes lies the Chamber of Bone. Eternal death awaits any who would seek to steal the treasures secured within this room. So speaks the Lord of Terror, and so it is. I can see what you see not. Vision milky, then eyes rot. When you turn, they will be gone, whispering their hidden song. Then you see what cannot be. Shadows move where light should be. Out of darkness, out of mind, cast down into the halls of the blind. Mind?
Many demons traveled to the mortal realm in search of the three brothers. These demons were followed to the mortal plane by angels who hunted them throughout the vast cities of the East. The angels allied themselves with a secretive order of mortal magi named the Horadrim, who quickly became adept at hunting demons. They made many dark enemies who quickly became worlds, hunting demons. So it came to be that the three prime evils were banished in spirit form to the mortal realm, and after sowing chaos across the East for decades, they were hunted down by the cursed order of the mortal Horadrim. The Horadrim used artifacts called soul stones to contain the essence of Mephisto, the Lord of Hatred, and his brother Baones, the Lord of Destruction of Mephisto, youngest brother of Hatred, and his Lord of Terror, the Lord of Destruction. The youngest brother, Diablo, the Lord of Terror, escaped to the west. Eventually, the Horadrim captured Diablo within a soul stone as well, and buried him under an ancient forgotten cathedral. There, the Lord of Terror sleeps, and awaits the time of his rebirth. Know ye that he will and body of youth and rebirth. Know ye that he an easy body of youth and power to possess, one that is innocent and easily controlled. He will then arise to free his
see. Am I selling you something? No. Are you giving me money to tell you about this? No. Are you now leaving and going to talk to the storyteller who lives for this kind of thing?
Serve you. If you have questions about blindness, you should talk to Pepin. I know that he gave my grandmother a potion that...
Son. I never much cared for poetry. Occasionally I had calls to hire minstrels when the inn was doing well, but that seems like such a long time ago now. What? Oh yes, well, I suppose you could see what...
Fred? You recite an interesting rhyme written in a style that reminds me of other works. Let me think now. What was it? Darkness shrouds the hidden, eyes glowing unseen, with only the sounds of razor claws briefly scraping to torment those poor souls who have been made razorless for all eternity. Scraping, the prison for those poor souls, made sightless for all eternity. The prison for those so damned is named...
This does seem familiar somehow. I seem to recall reading something very much like that poem while researching the history of demonic afflictions. It spoke of a place of great evil that... Wait! You're not going there, are you? Evil that...
This is a place of great anguish and terror, and so serves its master well. Tread carefully, or you may yourself be staying much longer than you had in.
The armories of hell are home to the warlord of blood. In his wake lay the mutilated bodies of thousands. Angels and man alike have been cut down. To wake lay the mutilated bodies of thousands. Angels and man alike have been cut down. To wake...
You must hurry and rescue Albrecht from the hands of Lazarus. The prince and the people of this kingdom. I was there when Lazarus led us into the labyrinth. He spoke of holy retribution. But when we started fighting those hellspawn, he did not so much as lift his mace against them. He just ran deeper into the dim, endless chambers that were filled with the servants.
Good master. Lazarus was the archbishop who led many of the townspeople into the labyrinth. I lost many good friends that day, and Lazarus never returned. I suppose he was killed along with most of the others. If you would do me a favor, good master, please, do not talk to Farnham about that day. Do me a favor, good master, please, do not talk...
I remember Lazarus as being a very kind and giving man. He spoke at my mother's funeral and was supportive of my grandmother. A very kind and giving man. He spoke at my mother's funeral and was supportive of my grandmother. A very kind and giving man.
Yes, the righteous Lazarus, who is so effective against those monsters down there. And didn't help save my leg, did it? Look, I'll give you a free piece of advice. Ask for...
I was shocked when I heard of what the townspeople were planning to do that night. I thought that of all I thought Lazarus would have had... He was an archbishop and always seemed to care so much for the townsfolk of Tristram. So many were injured.
Tender fellow. bite. Then they're all around you. Liar! Liar! They're all dead. Dead! Do you hear me? They just keep falling and falling. The blood spilling out all over the floor. All his fault.
I did not know this Lazarus of whom you speak, but I do sense a great conflict within his being. He poses a great danger, and will stop at nothing to serve the powers of darkness which have claimed him as theirs. Serve the power...
Abandon your foolish quest. All will await you as the wrath of my master.
I gotta pawn some of this stuff.
Your story is quite grim, my friend. Lazarus will surely burn in hell for his horrific deed. The boy that you describe is not our prince. But I believe that Albrecht may yet be in danger. The symbol of power that you speak of must be a portal in the very heart of the labyrinth. Know this, my friend. The evil in the very you move against is no terror, my friend. The mortal evil that you move against is the Dark Lord of Terror. He is known to mortal men as Diablo. It was he who was imprisoned within the labyrinth many centuries ago, and I fear that he seeks to once again sow chaos in the realm of mankind. You must venture through the portal and destroy Diablo.
My friend? While I use some limited forms of magic to create the potions and elixirs I store here, Adria is a true sorceress. She never seems to sleep, and she always has access to many mystic tomes and artifacts. I believe her hut may be much more than the hovel it appears to be, but I can never seem to get it. Maybe the place.
Look at that edge, that balance! A sword in the right hands, and against the right foe, is the master of all weapons. Its keen blade finds little to hack or pierce on the undead, but against a living, breathing enemy, a sword will bid us.
Welcome. Wirt is a rapscallion and a little scoundrel. He was always getting into trouble, and it's no surprise what happened to him. He probably went fooling about someplace that he shouldn't have been. I feel sorry for the boy, but I don't abide the company that he keeps.
In search of that. There is much about the future we cannot see, but when it comes, it will be the children who wield it. The boy Wirt has a blackness upon his soul, but he poses no threat to the town or its people. His secretive dealings with the urchins and unspoken guilds of nearby towns gain him access to many devices that be easily found. Towns gain him. Too many devices cannot be easily found in Tristram. While his methods may be reproachful, Wirt can provide assistance for your battle against the... Over here! Farnham, now there is a man with serious problems, and I know all about how serious problems can be. He trusted too much in the integrity of one man, and Lazarus led him into the very jaws of death. Oh, I know what it's like down there, so don't even start telling me about your plans to destroy the evil that dwells in that labyrinth. Just watch your legs.
The Soul Stone burns with hellfire as an eerie red glow blurs your vision. Fresh blood flows into your eyes, and you begin to hear the tormented whispers of the damned. You have done what you knew must be done. The essence of Diablo is contained. For now. You pray that you have become strong enough to contain the demon and keep him at bay. Although you have been fortified by your quest, you can still feel up from the dark recesses of your soul. Fighting to retain control, your thoughts turn toward the ancient mystic lands of the Far East. Perhaps there, beyond the desolate wastes of Aranok, you will find an answer. Or perhaps salvation.